And we are glad for a good ending to the week. We've got some great weather ahead for the weekend.
Yeah, some sunshine will highlight the snowpack that we recently got, especially the ski resorts. Plenty of snow on the ground and not much more to go, but at least cold enough air for especially the short term that we're going to have really good skiing conditions, especially Wolf Creek, 12 inches of new fresh powder with a little bit more than a 3-foot base. 80% of the mountain is open in Wolf Creek, Colorado. 9 inches of fresh powder in Purgatory, 9 inches in Red River. You're set to now open up today because of the fresh snowfall. 4 inches of snow in Ski Patchy. You're also set to open today. And in places like Taos, 9 inches of snow. This still got a ways to go until more of the mountain opens. Ski Santa Fe, 8 inches of fresh powder and about 1.5 feet in terms of the base. So yeah, plenty of snow, and what a snowy go it was yesterday in Purgatory. Then we cleared out with that sea of fog, and the sunset view of the San Juan Mountains was beautiful, immaculate, and temperatures were dropping in the lower 20s at the time. And because of the full moon, we've remained light enough that we can see the San Juan Mountains from this vantage point. But with a cold air temperature of 2 degrees, 62% humidity, and the snow gun working its, quote unquote, good stuff out there. And we're going to be seeing even colder air temperatures the next couple of hours in parts of the St. Louis Valley. Alamosa, unofficially, you dropped to around 0 earlier, 1 degrees right now. We're around 11 in Raton, 30 in Carlsbad, 35 at the TRC, and we're sitting at 36 in Deming, one of the quote-unquote warmer spots out there. Albuquerque, 28, some of the coldest temperatures so far this season, already hitting northern New Mexico. 11 Cortez, 21 in Farmington, 34 in Santa Rosa. Not quite as cold as compared to your neighbors because of a little bit of a downsloping westerly warmer wind going up and over and down the mountain faces. That will actually allow for generally warmer weather ahead as that air spreads out, compresses, and warms up in the afternoons to come. Not much in the way of fog, although some reduced visibility in Roswell and Hobbs. Alamosa with the bitterly cold air, very low visibility. Bridges, overpasses, sidewalks, even around Durango could be slick. Also, please watch out for, again, some of the reduced visibility where you're going. We had that snow. The snow moved out. We saw that fog yesterday morning. We cleared out yesterday. Now we're seeing some high thin clouds moving on through above. A little bit of fog in the northern valley floors. Northwesterly upper level winds will really continue to dry things out aloft ahead with, again, downsloping, breezy west-northwesterly winds developing this afternoon. That will lead to that warming effect, especially in southern and southeast New Mexico. Much warmer weather. Temperatures back to close to above normal for some areas today. Upper 60s, even close to the 70-degree mark in parts of Eddy County. Still a bit of a chilly day in Albuquerque. I think we'll be a little bit warmer compared to what this model is depicting. High 40s, low 50s. Alamosa, barely around the freezing mark. 50s, Tucumcari, still chilly in the western areas in the four corners of New Mexico, mostly in the 40s out there. Our average high close to 50, and right around that here in Albuquerque this afternoon. Very sunny and warming up. Dry air and a little bit of a breezier one. Again, those downsloping winds will be a little bit more prevalent. High thin clouds moving away. Maybe some sprinkles and flurries developing later this evening in the four corners, mostly in the form of snow, though, because it'll certainly be cold enough. So a few more inches of snow in around Wolf Creek and Purgatory possible through tomorrow morning, but most of the mountain peaks will grab the moisture. Not so much of the ski resorts, although, again, a little bit of snow is possible. Drier air will make its way predominantly this weekend. And December 11th to the 15th, so all the way through later next week into the weekend of the following week, very likely warmer than normal and a very likely drier than normal locally, pretty likely drier than normal for most areas. So yeah, we're going to be seeing some snow melt with higher temperatures in the 50s next week in Durango for high temperatures. Still cold morning temperatures. Alamosa, not quite as cold tomorrow morning, but still likely in the single digits. Farmington and Cuba and Gallup, temperatures mostly in the high 30s, low to mid 40s today. And then warming up potentially in the 60s next week, 70s next week, Las Cruces, Alamogordo, Camado, and places like even Glenwood to Ruidoso, only a few passing clouds. Breezier conditions in Roswell, Fort Sumner, Las Vegas, Villanueva, Springer. We'll see snow melt today. That will help roadway conditions. Still some black ice possible in the next few nights because of ponding left over the snow melt and then the refreezing with below freezing temperatures the next several mornings. And around Santa Fe, Angel Fire, Espanola, Clayton, Los Alamos, and really much of northern New Mexico will still be cold in the mornings to come. Estancia, Tejeda, Cedar Crest, reaching mostly the 40s today from the north to south valley of Albuquerque. High 40s, low 50s. Warmer tomorrow, a little bit cooler Sunday. Next week, warmer, drier, and breezier.
Mother Nature know that it's going to be winter soon. That 66 on Thursday next week is crazy.
Close to 20 degrees above normal. Back to near record high temperatures or record high temperatures eventually.
Wow, somebody's got to lower the thermostat.
Right?
But we'll get to that eventually. Yeah. All right. Thanks a lot, Ryan.